So let's give a big round of applause to Raj.
So running is the simple act of putting one foot in front of another. And we have been doing that for 2 million years, right? I, who have been a couch potato for most of my life, just by a whim started running in 2009 and started to enjoy it. So the question we have all on our mind, are we born to run? The answer might lie in a remote place in Mexico called the Copper Canyons, where the Tarahumara Indians live. I'm going to give you 3 interesting factoids about the Tarahumara Indians. The first factoid, when the Spanish conquerors came to Latin America, majority of the inhabitants, they fought the Spanish conquerors, like the Mayans and the Aztecs. The Mayans and the Aztecs don't exist anymore. The strategy for the Tarahumara Indians were to hide themselves because they knew they were not strong enough to face the Spanish conquerors. So they hid themselves into these canyons, of a web of canyons in Mexico called the Copper Canyons. And they had lived there since 1600, untouched by civilization. The second factoid about the Tarahumara Indians is they don't have any modern form of transportation. So their only form of transportation is using their feet. So they run or walk from distance A to distance B. Interestingly enough, you will see 60 and 70-year-old Tarahumara Indians running 26.2 miles every day, or even 50 miles, 100 miles. The third interesting factoid about the Tarahumara Indians is, while we here, with all our technology, trying to find cure to all kinds of diseases, the Tarahumara Indians have been untouched by cancer, heart disease, cholesterol, depression, war. So what's their secret? A group of researchers, University of Utah and the Harvard University, have been trying to find an answer to their secret. And what they came upon was 3 inscrutable factoids or mysteries. Mystery number 1. When human beings evolved 2 million years ago, we had this huge big lemon head. What it means is we needed a lot of calories, and that calories cannot come from plant alone. So it's a fact that human being hunted 2 million years ago. But the interesting thing is, weapons were only invented 200,000 years ago. So the question is, how did we hunt? We are the biggest sissies in the jungle. We don't have claws, or fangs, or speed, or strength. Then how did this Homo erectus or Homo sapiens 2 million years ago hunted? Second mystery. Women runners are turbo sprinters. Nothing against you. If you see the world record in 100 meters, it's like, for women runners, it's like 4:15. You throw a rock and you'll hit a high school male sprinter who can run 4:15 easy. But on the other side, if you go long distance, the difference between the male world record and the female world record is just 5 minutes in marathons. Let me give you an interesting story about this long distance runner called Emily Beer. Emily Beer ran this race called the Hard Rock 100. The name of the race itself tells you how hard the race is. There was a group of 500 runners, and she came 8th. So she beat 492 runners. The interesting was she was breastfeeding at every single aid station while running the race, and still she came 8th. So it tells you that there's not too much difference between a male runner and a female runner when it comes to long distances. The third interesting mystery, while these Harvard researchers were looking at data of marathon running, what they found out is if a 19-year-old, if a person starts running at like 19-year-old, they reach their peak at age 27. I mean their running speed. They reach their peak at 27. And then it starts going down. Now the natural question is, if it takes 8 years to peak, how long does it take before they can run at the same speed as they ran when they were 19-year-old? Any guesses? 10, 15? It's 45 years. So you run at the same speed when you are 60 versus what you used to run when you were 19-year-old. So I told you about the story of the Tarahumara Indians, and then I told you about these 3 interesting mysteries. So is there a missing puzzle somewhere? We human beings might think ourselves to the master of the universe, but we still evolved as a pack of hunting dogs. There is one thing we do really, really well is sweat. We have the best sweating glands among all mammals. So it's not the claws, it's not the fangs, it's not the speed, it's not the strength, it's our endurance. That's how we used to hunt 2 million years ago. The researchers have said that if you put a human being and a horse in the African savanna in the hot sun and ask both to run 50 miles, there is a high possibility that the horse is going to die before the human. So naturally, the answer to the question is, yes, you're born to run. Then, I'm sure it all comes to your head, then why running is such a painful experience for all of us? Right? If we're born to run, why don't we enjoy running anymore? It's all about the running shoes. That's how we destroy everything, right? We try to sell and market and package it. So, in conclusion, throw away your running shoes. Just go and enjoy the nakedness of running by running barefoot in the trails around here. Thank you.